Ready, 4-day mini course. Hope you can hear the song, because this is what it's about. Hear my voice and I shout it out. It's your life. Here we go, day 2. Day 2. I'm excited to be here with you. Let yourself get lit up and excited. Life is not about sitting by. It's about enjoying yourself. It's not about being miserable. It's about having fun. And this is your life. This life. Yes. Welcome. Welcome. Oh my God. I love that song. If you don't know who that song is, I don't own the rights to those songs. That song, it is Bon Jovi. It's My Life. Go listen to it. Let yourself be heard. Let your voice come out and decide to live your life. I'm so incredibly excited to be here with you on day 2. Let me just get this set up so I can see you. Drop a hi below so I can see you. I see that we're connected. I'm waiting for everybody to hop on. And maybe I'm missing something, but okay, here we are, day 2. Day 2 of the Kiss Your Struggles Goodbye, Create a Life You Love 4-day mini course. We are here. Hey, I see you, Monique. And we are here tapping into day 2 already. And I just wanted to just start off with today asking you a question. Today is about tapping into your emotions, because your emotions tell you everything. It tells you what you're attracting in your life. It tells you what is going on with you. It is everything. And emotions are energy emotions, and emotions can be a lot of fun. The energy and the emotion that I was bringing when you came in, it's a lot of fun, right? It's exciting. But when I was numb and when I was looking for transformation, emotions scared the bejeebies out of me. Anybody can relate to that? Being scared and the emotions scaring the scaring you. That's how it was for me. And so I want to start off with today reminding you that if you are ready to take this journey to the next step, you want to make sure to register for the masterclass. Now, I don't see the link in the description here. I'm not sure why, but let me see if I can find it for you real quick, because you want to be able to register for that, because that's going to happen in here it is. I'm just going to put it in the description. I'm going to put it in the comment here. That's where you get to hop on and be on Zoom with me, and you get to ask questions and I can see you. So you want to hop in there. I just dropped the link to the masterclass in the chat. So, okay. Angelica, I know you're watching, but I don't think what you did worked. So can you check that out for me? Thank you. Thank you. And of course, I want to start off with a game, because I know that learning can be fun. Who loves learning? Drop down learning if you love to learn. If you love to learn, drop down learning and let me know. Because if you love to learn, I want to tell you, you can get stuck in perpetual learning and not taking action. And so you want to make sure that you actually take action, because action is where the transformation is. Action plus knowledge equals transformation. So we are giving away another prize today. Another prize today for those that are here and are ready to take action, because I'm super excited to be here, and I want to reward you for taking action. And so here's what you get to do. I love that you're learning to take action. Here's what you get to do. Yesterday we talked about the chakras. And we talked about the chakras and how to start balancing them. You were tuning into them. You felt your chakras. I would love to know what exercises you did around your chakras, and I'm going to recap them in a second. But what I want, in order to win this prize, you get to drop down, what did you do for your chakras today? And the first 3 people that answer this question will win a free chakra healing balancing session, audio recording, meditation healing, that we will send to you. So what did you do to balance your chakra today? You know, we talked about the root chakra, working on grounding and being present using your 5 senses. We talked about the sacral chakra, about having fun and creating. What does about being creative? We talked about the sacral chakra, doing your empowerment stance, the heart chakra. We talked about using the Ho'oponopono, the throat chakra, about saying yes when you want to say yes, no when you want to say no. Third eye, about creating affirmations or staying in visualizing and looking into possibilities. And the crown chakra, we talked about journaling and detoxifying your mind through meditation. So, I love that, Valerie. Good job. I love that you took time for yourself. Yeah, so drop that down. What did you do? What did you do for yourself that that helped your chakras today? So the first 3 people that drop down what you did win a prize. So take action. You know, there's something super powerful about taking something you learned and putting it into action. It interrupts patterns, and we're going to be talking about that today. Everything that you do in your life is a pattern, and some patterns are great and some patterns aren't great, and some patterns serve you and some patterns don't. So we get to look at what the pattern of wanting to change. Drop down change if you want change. Just write change. If you want change, if you want growth, if you want something different for your life, drop down change. And I know there's an 8-second delay. So if I pause for a minute, I'm waiting for all your comments to come in. Change. Yes. Yes. I love it. Change, growth. Yeah. So if you want change, you actually you get to do stuff different than you've done in the past. You get to do things different than you've done in the past. So I see some winners here already. So we want to drop down those people that shared what they've done for themselves today. Big change. Yeah. So you get to do something different. So take action outside of your comfort zone today. If you are used to watching and not participating, realize that that's a pattern that gets to get broken. If you're used to participating because it's easier to put yourself out there than sit quietly, and participate, but reflect before you answer, right? Look at the intention behind your actions and start to make some shifts. So, so I love what everybody is doing and sharing there. So those, I don't know, I didn't see who was the winners, but the first 3 people that said something that they did for their chakras will receive a chakra balancing link. Okay. Also, there was a prize post about the chakras. So you want to go look through the feed and see if you see the prize post, because we're going to be pulling a winner from that. And offering a special prize for that as well. And one more gift for you. If you go into the media files on the Facebook page, you will see a chakra chart that tells you about the chakras, when they're in balance, and some tools to balance them. So you have that for you. So be there and go check that out. Not right now. Stay with me. So today is going to be a day where you break through to you, where you break through some patterns, where you break through and connect deeply with yourself. We talked a lot about yesterday the things that are commonly mistaken. We talked about tuning in. You cannot make change in your life until you tune in, until you become aware of yourself, of your feelings, of your emotions, of the stories you tell yourself when you're in alignment and when you're out of alignment. So today we're going to go through a process of healing, a process of breaking through some patterns, of identifying things, emotions, and things that are blocking you from having the life that you truly love, having the life that you truly want to have. So remember, the fastest way to healing is to reconnect with yourself. To reconnect with yourself. So today is going to be an opportunity to feel into you. And you get to heal without talking about your problems, right? Who wants to relive their problems? You know, you can heal through through transformative Neuro Reiki. One of the things that makes it so powerful is that you get to heal without even knowing what someone's working on. I'll give you a quick example. I have a coaching program, and my coaches were doing work with each other, and I decided to step in and do the process. And after the process, my one coach says to me, well, what were you working on? And I said, isn't it pretty fantastic that you can help someone change without even knowing the challenges that they are working on? And that's the power of transformative Neuro Reiki. We get to help you move through things without going into the stories, without having to relive and detailed out and plan and talk about what are the things that happened to you. Right? I remember having one of my clients that was in my 12-month program. She was hiding all of her emotions. Tell me if you're good at this. I was a pro emotional hider. I showed up fake happy, right? I appeared to be happy on the outside, and on the inside, I was totally disconnected. But she was hiding all of her emotions and her true emotions, and that she felt so nervous about expressing herself, about being who she was, about allowing herself to ask for help and be supported, and she was really stuck in her masculine energy. Can you relate? Drop down relate if you can relate to that, where you're nervous about who you are, or you feel like you have to hide certain things about you, or you're judging yourself, and you know, it wasn't until we worked together where we started to identify where she was and where she wanted to go, seeing that gap. And she was so relieved that she could do this work without having to tell her stories in front of groups or having to retell her stories about what happened. And so she got to move through and heal just by committing to the process. Just by committing to the process. And that's what you get to do today. You get to commit to this process so that you can release emotions that you were holding on to, or that you currently are. You get to release them as we work through today. So my name's Brenda Kiss, and I've helped thousands and thousands of women reduce their anxiety, overwhelm, and self-doubt to create a life of happiness, joy, and confidence by reconnecting them back to themselves, back to their hearts, allowing them to manifest great things in their life. Transformative Neuro Reiki is the technique we use in our Fear to Freedom program, and it is the fastest way to gain clarity around your inner conflict. That's that doubt versus trust, that heart versus head, the desires versus logic. To help you see and create miracles in your life, clearing out negative thinking, doubt, and allowing you to reprogram your mind and your body, your chakras, to attract the things that you want in your life. So let's start today by honoring your classmates, by honoring the women that showed up here. That's right. You guys have been here now together, chatting and seeing each other. Women are designed to, it's in our DNA to want to be supported and uplifted by each other. But so often in our society, we knock each other down. So give yourself a comment, or give someone that you've noticed a comment today. Say hello, say I see you. Just let them be seen. Let someone see you, be acknowledged. And if you don't have someone in mind, like if someone doesn't stand out for you, just write something positive, and the person that reads it will receive it for themselves. Because this is the way you get to start to build connections. You get to start to be vulnerable. You get to start to see the good in others, because what you see in others only exists because it already exists within you. You're only able to see in others what exists within you. Right? So it's stepping outside your comfort zone by acknowledging others and being acknowledged. It's a two-way street. And being acknowledged is where the magic, stepping outside of that comfort zone, is where the magic of transformation happens. And so to get different results, you get to do things differently. You can't do the same thing over and over and expect to get different results. Right? Hey, look at everybody connecting. I love it. So what do I mean by that? I mean, we all have a box of thinking, of limitations. We're in this limited box, and we all have a box of limitations. And in this box, we make decisions. And the decisions that we make give us more of what's inside the box. So we get to break down the walls of the box and start making decisions out here so that your world opens up. Your perspective gets bigger, your opportunities get bigger. When we have like a very narrow thinking, negative thinking, we make decisions on circumstances. I can't do this because I don't have money. I can't do this because I don't know where things are going to go. There's too much uncertainty. When we can't do this because of that. That's all limited thinking inside the box. And when we're inside the box making decisions, guess what you get? More of what's inside the box. So today I'm going to ask you to break free from the box, and I'm going to ask you to make decisions outside of the box. Who wants to break free? Write down break free. Drop below break free. I'm going to give another prize out. The box of transformation. Yes. Yes, you get to break out of the box. Knock down the walls, break free. Yeah, we want to break free from the thinking of where you are. And in order to do that, when you break free, you're making decisions, taking actions, you're having new thoughts that aren't comfortable, because the comfort zone, the safe zone is inside the box. So if you're doing things that are uncomfortable, that feel uncomfortable, I don't mean like where your intuition is guiding you and you're uncomfortable that way. I mean, this is where you're meant to go, but it's uncomfortable, right? I just a few months ago, I was looking to invest in a program. I wasn't looking to invest in a program. Somebody was recommending it to me, and I was like, I've done a lot to change already. Do I really need something else? And this was all about leadership. And I said, you know what? I'm ready to expand my leadership. And I had to step outside the box and make a decision outside of my comfort zone, getting over the thoughts of not enough time, where are the resources coming in, who's going to watch my kids, and all of the stuff, right? Because that's in the box. So I had to step out of it, be uncomfortable, and make that decision. And when you do that, you grow exponentially. So today we're going to be diving into your emotions. And yes, it can feel super uncomfortable. And yes, resistance can show up. Let me tell you how resistance can show up. Resistance can show up like all of a sudden you have to go. You can't stay on. You need to use the bathroom. Somebody needs your attention. You don't like the process. You don't think it works. You don't think it's going to work. I've tried stuff before, it didn't work in the past. That's all resistance. Drop down resistance if you feel like you have resistance. Drop down resistance if you feel like you have resistance, because you get to just acknowledge that. There's nothing wrong with resistance. If we didn't have resistance, we wouldn't be human. And you get to decide today to step through the resistance and not let the resistance hold you back. Not let the resistance stop you from where you want to go. Stop you from having the growth that you want. When we step outside the box and we push through or move through the resistance, we won't want to push. Pushing is not ever fun. Do you want to be pushed? Don't push through the resistance. Just acknowledge it. Acknowledge the resistance. Acknowledge the fear. Acknowledge the things that are coming up and say, that's okay. And I'm going to put my trust back into what I know feels right, what my body's telling me, what my intuition was, and what my heart is calling me to do. Because when you live there, not pushing resistance away, not ignoring resistance, acknowledging resistance and moving the resistance to the side and say, I see you, and you're going to take a back seat over here, and I'm going to continue to move forward in the direction that my heart is calling me. Who's ready to move forward? Who wants to put back seat? If you're ready to put resistance in the back seat, right? If you're ready to put resistance in the back seat, put it in the back seat now. And let's move through, because, we're going to get uncomfortable today. We're going to get uncomfortable. And that's okay. Just allow yourself to be uncomfortable, because on the other side of uncomfortableness, I like to make up words, and outside of your box is freedom. Freedom from hurt, freedom from anxiety or guilt or grief or negative thinking or resentment or shame or anger. If you stay inside your box, you stay with those things that you want to let go. So it's time to stay outside of the box. So this is what I want you to do right now. And we're going to pause for 30 seconds to a minute. You get to write down, what is it that is driving you to stay committed? What is it that you want more than anything in the world right now? What is it? Something internally, not something outside of you, internally, because the outside world is a reflection of what's going on the inside. So internally, what do you want more than anything in the world? This is your why you're here. Why are you committed? Why are you showing up? Why are you participating? What is it that you want? What is it that you want? I love all the back seats. What is it that you want? Peace, to move forward, to go forward. Yes. Happiness. To move through loss. Peace. Yes. Okay. So just know peace and happiness, not to cry every day. Yes, you deserve to be happy. We deserve to choose. You get to choose how you want to feel. Stability, 100%, 100%. So as we go through this, if you get uncomfortable, remember that you're moving towards peace. You're moving towards going further and moving forward in your life. You're moving towards happiness. You're moving towards these areas. So if you are committed, as you are committed right now, drop I am. I'm committed to playing full out. I'm committed to diving in. I'm committed to giving myself this time to go through this process and allow myself to fully be present, fully be here. And you're going to do this right now for yourself. I say, yes, I'm committed to me right now. I am. Yes, yes. Look at all my action takers. I love it. To gain strength to walk away from a toxic relationship. Are you committed, Deanna? I am committed. Rhonda, I see you. Chastity, I see you. Christy, yes. Oh, Christy, I don't know, because I don't know if moving forward or backwards. When I try to move forward, it seems like I get a roadblock. The roadblocks are resistance. You need someone to help guide you to continue to move forward. Roadblocks are just your resistance showing back up. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm so committed. Yay. Awesome. Okay. So the second, hopefully you have your journal. If you don't have a journal, message BKISS team. If not, grab a piece of paper. We will need a piece of paper today, or you can take mental notes, whatever's easier for you. The second key to create a life you love is understanding and releasing your emotions. Your emotions are your driving force behind your actions. Their emotions are energy emotions. Everything in the world is energy, and everything in the world has emotion to it. And what you're feeling in your subconscious and in your body is what you're attracting into your life. Your beliefs, your feelings, your stories are all your attraction factors. And here's the tricky part. Emotions that don't feel great, I call them low frequency emotions like anger, guilt, frustration, overwhelmed, or the stories or beliefs that cause the emotions, like the stories of I can't because, or I don't know, or I've had all this trauma, or I don't know where my life is heading, or, all these things happen to you. And I'm saying this with compassion and empathy, as I've had trauma in my life as well. What happens is the ego doesn't want to feel the pain. And so the ego will bury it. And I don't mean ego, the egotistical part of you. I mean the ego part of you that protects you, the ego that tells you to move when there's a car coming, to eat when you're hungry. We need our ego to survive, but we can release the part of the ego that protects you from feeling. Our feelings is what makes, excuse me, my nose is itching, which usually means angels are present. The ego, our feelings is what we get to experience to attract things in our life. And when we don't know what we're feeling, then we feel like a victim, and we feel like the world outside of us is creating our experiences. The moment you tap in, the moment you become present, the moment that you feel into your body is the moment that you regain your power and you begin to trust yourself again. See, the ego doesn't want you to feel pain. It doesn't want you to feel suffering. It doesn't want you to feel hurt. So it will literally cover things up, bury feelings, bury emotions, bury the stories and the beliefs that created the feelings to keep you in your box, in your safe zone, even if that safe zone is uncomfortable, because the ego says, well, I don't know the unknown, and I don't know what pain is going to bring up or what pain it might happen if I step outside the box. And so the ego will do whatever it takes, just like putting up roadblocks to keep you in the box. I'll say the key to life is becoming so tuned into your energy that when resistance shows up, when an obstacle shows up, you just say, "Oh, I see you, and I'm just going to move you over here." That's when you know you've mastered life, when you can take obstacles and challenges and look at them from an observer point of view. And the only way to do that is by getting into your body, by feeling your emotions, by acknowledging your emotions. And, what I see, a lot of common problems, whether someone is working with a coach or a counselor or a therapist, or if you're doing stuff on your own with self-help books and all of that, is that you like to put ice cream on top of the shit that's stuck inside of you. Right? So what do I mean by that? I mean, like, you can think positively. I love thinking positive. You can always find solutions. I believe that 100%. And you can shift your mindset, and you get to do that to create a life you love. But if you do not clean out the shit that's inside of you, I don't care how much positive thinking you put in, there's still shit inside of you. So shit's still going to show up. Does that make sense? Who's ready to clear the shit? Who here put ice cream on shit? I'm sorry if I'm offending you, but I think it's funny. If you put ice cream on the shit that's inside of you, all the positive thinking and all of that, who's done that, right? Who's been taught that? That will only have, like what I called yesterday, short-term success, because the shit is still in there, and you got to get through the shit to move through. And what's great about what we do is that you can move through the shit without reliving it, without having to go in there and see all the details and all the feces. Oh my God, it's terrible. Okay, number 2. The second problem I see is what's called spiritual bypassing, or ignoring or stuffing your emotions, right? No need to feel the low vibrational feelings. You don't have to feel them. You can just move over here and go back to thinking positively, or you can just stuff them down and pretend they don't exist. I can't tell you how many people have done that. They just say, okay, no more. I'll just pretend. I'll just connect with my spirit. I know God is good. I know the universe is good. I'll just keep connecting with that. I'll ignore my feelings. And yes, the universe is amazing, and the universe supports you every step of the way, but it supports what's internally, what's in your subconscious. The subconscious runs 95% of your activities or inactivities. So we want to get in there. You want to feel into that, not ignore them and not stuff them down, and get rid of the shit. And the third thing I see is numbing your emotions. You start to feel something and you're like, oh, this is uncomfortable. I don't want to feel this. So you use food or drugs or alcohol, or other people's problems. What I mean by other people's drama, that was me. I stayed so into helping so many other people, so I didn't have to feel my own problems. I stayed so busy caring for my kids, having codependent friendships, having no downtime so that I had no way to feel what was going on, numbing out my emotions with food, alcohol, other people's problems. Who relates to that? Do you relate to that? So what we want to do today is we want to look at what's the emotions that are attracting these things into your life, because you deserve to have a life that you truly want. So what are the emotions that that's inside of you that's attracting? So like I said yesterday, so drop down 3 emotions that you feel you frequent. I used to live in frustration, overwhelmed, anger, stress. Those were 4 that I lived in. What are three that you live in or frequent often? What emotions come up to you often? And I want to say this, just like yesterday, I talked about focusing on the symptom, not the problem. We want to get to the root cause of the emotion, the root cause of what is really going on. So I used to get mad, frustrated, and angry over my weight. No matter what size I was, I still was never happy. I shared my picture yesterday. Here it is. Here it's today. I mean, I was literally stuck in feeling unhappy and frustrated and mad no matter what I was. And at my wedding, I was a size 2, 123 pounds, and still not completely satisfied with the way I looked, because I was so wanting to not be mad, frustrated, and angry, and I thought my weight would help me, that those feelings were surface feelings. It wasn't until I got present and asked myself good quality questions and dug deeper into myself that I got to acknowledge the true feeling. See, anger or frustration or overwhelm or stress are usually cover-ups for emotions like sadness, guilt, resentment, regret, hurt. So digging in deeper allows you to find the hidden emotions. And I was doing that. When I did that, when I dug in, like we're going to do today, I realized I created a story about, it was when I was a little girl, I was molested, and my husband, not my husband, my uncle used to tell me I was the pretty one, and I associated skinny with pretty. And so I thought it was scary to be skinny. That was the story that created those emotions. See, if I continued to work on the surface level emotions, I didn't get down into the story that created it. I had to work on feeling scared, not angry, frustrated, or overwhelmed. You get what I'm saying? Drop down a 5 if you're hearing me. If this is landing and you're understanding what I'm saying, drop down a 5. I want to make sure I'm really driving this. I wanted to I want to make sure you're really getting this. And having that story not understood. 5. Oh, that's what you were feeling, not understood. Okay, good. By creating that story, I covered up all the parts of me, the flirty part of me, the girly part of me, the fun part of me. It had nothing to do with my weight. It had to do with fear of being girly, fear of being myself. But if I didn't dig in, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So the fear, I didn't want to feel that fear of being hurt and scared anymore. So the ego covered that up and started putting weight on me, right? And covered up the emotions. So all I had to deal with was weight and not my true emotions. And what happens is, if we do not express emotion, we get what's called energy stacking, and the energy physically stacks on our body. The emotions physically stack on our body, cause weight issues, dis-ease in your body, disconnection, lost, right? And so when we stack all of these emotions, we get into what's called energy stacking, and then little things make us explode. Think of road rage. There is absolutely, positively no need to have road rage, except people don't process their emotions, and so little things trigger them and they go ballistic. I remember a story. I had family in from Hungary, and my child spilled milk or a glass of water or something like that, and she's like, "How are you not freaking out?" I was like, "I don't know, it's a glass of water. It's milk. You just clean it up." She's like, I would have flipped my lid. And that's because she had so many emotions stuck in with her. She wasn't going through them. So we really want to work through processing emotions. Through my Fear to Freedom program, we really dive into the emotions, releasing past traumas to help you find yourself and start loving your life right now. So today we're going to work on 3 of yours. 3 of yours. And here's what lies the problem. We have these emotions, right, that we want to cover up. So we create daily habits and rituals and patterns to cover that up. So like I shared with you, I covered it up by eating. So I didn't have to feel. I would eat myself. I would eat my emotions, or I would yell, or I'd be stressed, or I would be overwhelmed. So I didn't have to feel that scared part of me, right? You already have a pattern. When you have your three emotions, you already have a pattern that you react a certain way, you do a certain thing. Maybe it's yelling, maybe it's crying, maybe it's hiding or sleeping or eating or drinking. What is your pattern? What do you do to cover up your emotions? What do you do not to feel the pain or the underlining where you just stay in those, I'll say, surface level emotions? What do you do? Avoidance, alcohol, drugs, shopping. Oh, I used to use exercise too. I used to be an exercise bulimic, meaning I would eat, and then go exercise 4 or 5 hours a day. Or diet. Maybe you focus so much on diet that becomes your life, or food, or social media, or taking care of other people. What is it? Being busy, eat and watch TV. Yeah, zone out. Let's not feel anything. Let's just put ourselves behind something else. Let our fantasy work, right? With TV. Other people's problems, drama, maybe news, politics. Get yourself so worked up over that stuff so you don't have to feel your stuff. I used to use alcohol, food frenzy. Yes, your patterns and coping habits are not to be judged. Realize they're just your coping habits that you get to choose and you get to change. There is no judgment here. The moment you start judging yourself, then we have to work on judgment, which is another class, right? But you get to just acknowledge what's happening, acknowledge what you're doing. So what is the the consequences of your emotions, the consequences of your coping mechanism? So for me, if I look at like how did not dealing with my emotions affect me? I developed an eating disorder. I was completely unhappy in my body. I couldn't look in the mirror. I never gave myself time. I had no boundaries. I was in the victimhood of my story. Everybody had the life that I wanted, even though I did. I had the life that I truly wanted, but I just couldn't appreciate my life. It caused tension between my husband and codependency and relationships. I had to drink alcohol to feel comfortable around people. So it cost me money, health. What is it costing you? What is it costing you? What is it stopping you from doing? I know this can be uncomfortable, but allow yourself to be uncomfortable. More people will do more to get out of pain than they will to gain pleasure. You get to realize the consequences of your actions or lack of actions. So give yourself permission to go there. Give yourself permission to be uncomfortable. What will happen if you continue down this path? If you keep telling yourself these stories, if you keep showing up this way, what will happen? What will happen? So what you get to do right now is we get to focus on, oh, it's so funny. We get to focus on knowing that, okay, so when we have a coping mechanism and we have patterns in our life, we get to break the pattern up and create new neural pathways. So when we have a new thought, we create a neural pathway. And when we think the same thought over and over and over again, that neural pathway gets thicker, thicker, and thicker. And so that's why habits are so easy to make, or so easy to do, because you've created it over and over and over again in your mind. And so what we're going to do today is interrupt this pattern, interrupt this thinking, shake it up, and change into a new thought pattern, into a new way of thinking, and a new way of being, into a new way of feeling. So what we're going to do is I'm going to share with you. Now, you all decided to say you were going to play full out, and we're going to shift the energy, and we're going to go into some fun and into some ways to shift. So I want you to stand up for a moment. Stand up, stand up. Let's see, can you still see me? Yeah. So stand up, shake out, shake it out. And what you're going to do is we're going to come up with what's called a pattern interrupt, an interrupt in the way that you think, an interrupt in your process, an interrupt in your thoughts, in your actions. So when you go to do when your coping mechanism shows up, which is people pleasing, not having boundaries, not saying no, drinking, food, alcohol, sleep, binging on TV, all those things that you shared, vaping, those coping mechanisms, as they show up, you want to have what's called a pattern interrupt, something that just totally shifts your energy. And I'll share a quick story. When I was learning, going through my transformation, when I was hurt and hurting and living in that frustration and overwhelmed, I remember I was a stay-at-home mom. I had 3 kids. I was homeschooling. And by the time bedtime came, I was so tired and exhausted. And if anybody has kids, you know, at bedtime, they get what's called that witching hour, and they start getting all wiry and uppity up. And I have 3 boys, and they would be running around and climbing and jumping off their bunk beds. And it was fun and insane at the same time. So I was used to yell at them, get in bed, get in bed, get in bed, right? And I'd be like, count 1, 2, 3, in bed. And it was just not the energy that I wanted to bring to my kids to go to bed in. It just not where who I was at my core. And it wasn't the energy of what I wanted to bring. So I developed what's called a pattern interrupt. They got used to that pattern, right? I would say, let's go to bed. They wouldn't respond. Let's go to bed. They wouldn't respond. Let's go to bed. They wouldn't respond. I start yelling and counting, and all of a sudden they would respond, right? So I had created that pattern with them, just like you've created your pattern with your emotions. And so what you get to do is break the pattern. So what I got to do, I came up with a pattern interrupt. So when my kids were, running around and really rambunctious in the evening, I would go, stop in the name of love. And you know what they did? They all stopped. And they looked at me and they're like, I think mom's a little crazy. And I'd be like, all right, guys, let's go to bed. And they were like, okay. They would brush their teeth, put their pajamas on. It was a simple change in the thought process, a simple change in energy, a simple change in the way that they were thinking and the way that I was thinking. So you get to develop a pattern interrupt. A pattern interrupt has to have a movement and a sound. So what is a movement and a sound? It could be Willy Wonka. It could be chocolate bananas. It could be, I used to, when they were fighting in the car, I used to say, hello, I'm Belinda, and Belinda doesn't like that. Like I would have a silly voice. I had like an alternative personality. You can pick whatever you want, but it has to be something outrageous, silly, something that's going to catch your attention so that you can then tune in. Because then we want to work on the emotion that's coming up and process that and release it, right? So what is your, just drop a yes if you have a funny, silly move. You can totally steal mine. This one woman I worked with, she couldn't come up with anything because she was really stuck in her head. She was overthinking. And I said to her, okay, yours can be hairy peanuts. I said, hairy peanuts. So if you want hairy peanuts, you can use hairy peanuts. You can use whatever you want. It just gets to be silly. It could be bananas, fog war, goober gobbers, gobstoppers, Willy Wonka, but it has to have a little something to it that has a sound and a movement. So when you have yours, drop a yes. If you don't have one, you get to create one right now, because in order to move forward, you get to have this. Otherwise, you're going to miss out on the opportunity to finish going through the process. Oh, bones. I like it. I love it, Jolyn. And so you pick one. Pick it. Drop a yes if you have yours. Drop a yes. Action. Yes. All right. Drop a yes. 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 Keep going. I would say, oh, bones, and clap my hands. I love it. We need more. Come on. Easy peasy. There you go. Fun. Yay. Amen. Yes, I do. Okay. Awesome. All right. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to just stand up if you're not standing. And if you have a hard time standing, remain seated with your eyes closed. And I want you to think right now of a time in the past where you were about to use. You haven't used, but you are about to use your coping mechanism. And then do your pattern interrupt, whatever it is. And now ask yourself, what was it that I was really feeling? And answer that. What was it that you were really feeling? 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 So whatever that is, jot it down and you can sit down. Need to escape, sad, horrible, useless, fear, sad, frustration, overwhelm, angry. What's under angry, Edie? Sad. If you were, something was deeper than anger, what was it? Not being heard, maybe, because they weren't listening to you. So the story of not being heard. Sadness, hurt, frustration. Yeah. So we're gonna release these. I messed something up. Guilt, regret. Do you see? You all are trying to put ice cream on the shit that's still in there. Sad, anxiety, lonely. You cannot put ice cream on a pile of shit and expect it to be good. So let's work on removing some of this. Indecisiveness. Crying. You're crying now? That's okay. Crying is a release. Okay. So just stop commenting because I want you to drop into this process. And wherever you are, close your eyes. You can stay seated. Close your eyes. And take a deep breath in and just feel your breath come into your body and exhale. Another deep breath in, feeling your breath come in and out. One more deep breath in and out. Just tuning into your body. We just discovered the hidden emotion. And as you tune into your body, begin to think of that emotion, that fear, that feeling, that story that you just told yourself. Wanting to escape, sad, regret, guilt, overwhelm, whatever yours was. And just notice where you feel it in your body. Your body is your biggest messenger. Notice where you feel it. And keep your eyes closed through this whole process. No need to type. I'm going to guide you through releasing this so that you can start to put some ice cream on you and have sweetness. So tuning into that, feeling it in your body. Notice if it feels heavy or light, dense, or airy. Notice if this feeling, this emotion, this story is in one location or multiple locations. If it moves or stays stagnant. If it's deep within you or on the surface. If it has a temperature, warm or cold or hot, spicy, cool. A color or a shape or a texture. Like, is it smooth or rigid, bumpy? Maybe there's actually a vision that comes to your mind with it. Maybe like a sword or a ball or something like that. Or nothing at the same time. So notice. And now allow yourself to recall the memories, the thoughts, the sounds that come with this emotion. We don't want to just remove the emotion, we have to remove the association with it as well. So you get to recall the memories, the thoughts, and the sounds. And know the subconscious mind will pull that all together for you without you having to relive it all. We'll just bring it to the surface and form a ball kind of at the top of your head. And allowing yourself just to bring all the visions into that ball. It's all good. Consciously or unconsciously, allowing that to happen now. All the sounds that are associated with it as well. Collecting all of it. And now imagine right next to you is a container, some type of container that you can seal up. Whatever comes to your mind now is your container. There's no right or wrong answer here. And on the other side of you is a magic bag. And in this magic bag is a tool, is whatever you need to remove this energy from you, to remove the ball, to remove whatever you felt associated with this emotion. Could be any tool. Whatever comes to you, allow yourself to pick up that tool now. It could be an angel guide. It could be a tool like from the shed. It could be a magic glove. It could be a straw. I don't know. It's different for everybody. And you get to allow yourself to see what this tool is and allow yourself to notice or feel what it is and pull the tool out right now, bringing it out and allowing yourself to use that tool to begin to remove the emotions and the thoughts and the feelings and the sounds, allowing all of that, all of what's within you that is no longer serving you, that's blocking you from where you want to go and who you get to be. Allowing all of that now to go into the container, using your tool, whatever that tool is sweeping it all up, gathering it all, putting it into the container, knowing that this happens easier than you can imagine, and you'll be surprised at how quickly as you can release this now into the container. As I count down from 10 to 1, by the time I get to 1, all of whatever that gunk is, whatever it is all in the container. Your magic tool did the job, and you get to call on any help that you feel called to use right now. 10, releasing and letting go. 9, allowing yourself to move through this, knowing that the subconscious mind acts quicker than the conscious mind and can make this happen faster and faster for you as I count down. 8, 7, that's right. 6, 5, feel it go, feeling it release, seeing it go, hearing it go, imagining it going right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Seal up the container right now as it is all in there. And as you have the container sealed, just do a magical scan right now and just scan if there's any residual. Bring down a white healing light, releasing any residual into that container. White healing light coming down through the top of your head, down through your throat, down through your shoulders and your heart, all the way down through the rest of your midsection, down through your sacral, your belly, your lower section, your hips, your pelvic area, all the way down your legs, and then bouncing back up and clearing out anything even faster than it did before. Taking any residual of that and putting it into the container. That's right. One big breath as it all goes in now as the white light fills you up. Whew. And now just allow yourself to ship that container wherever it needs to go. And as you release it and you send it wherever it needs to go, whether it's the garbage, the ocean, the universe, the sky, a cliff, I have no idea. You know where it gets to go right now. And as you begin to release it now and you begin to let it go, you feel the release of it. You see the release of it. You hear the release of it. You can actually sense it in your body as your body starts to relax. And as you release it and you let it go, if you haven't done so already, by the time I count down from 3 to 1, it's completely gone. Transmute it to love to go and serve the universe. 3, 2, 1. There it goes. And just for a moment, feel into your body with this white healing light. And that energy, those thoughts all took up space within your body. And right now you get to redirect that energy. You get to have it create something else for you, a feeling that you want more of, a feeling that you want to bring into your life and in a bigger, more pronounced way, whether that's happiness, confidence, clarity, decisiveness, empowerment, inspiration. Whatever that is for you, bring that in now. Redirect your energy and bring that into you right here, right now. Allowing this white healing light bring in whatever it is that you want more of. And just triple the intensity of this good feeling thought, this good feeling. And as you bring this white healing light in and you bring the energy of it in and you bring the emotion of it up, just begin to notice the thoughts that you tell yourself, the beliefs that you have created for yourself. Triple the intensity, raise it up. As a matter of fact, as I count to 5, you feel this deeper than you've ever felt before in your life. You feel it and you sense it and you see yourself being this part of you. 1, turning it up. 2, amplifying it. 3, feeling it even deeper. Make everything about this experience bigger, brighter, louder, clearer, more intense. Amplify the sounds, the words, the sensations. That's right. 4, squeeze your dominant hand like a fist. 5, growing it. Yes. And if you have squeezed your hand, release it. And as you come back into this moment, just notice, what is the energy? What is the emotion that you are feeling right now? That's right. Coming back, feeling that emotion, owning it. It's yours. It's here. With a big sigh, inhale, and an exhale, sigh. Whew, open up your eyes, feeling great. And share down, what is your emotion? What is the emotion that you get to be, you get to feel, that's going to be your attraction factor? What is it? Victorious. Yes. I love it. Clean. Woohoo. Yes. What else? I'm a little dizzy still. I'm going to take a sip of water. What is the feeling that you have? What is it? What's the emotion? Peacefulness. Bliss. Lighter. Clear. Rewarding. Happiness. Yes. Amazing. Amazing. You are all amazing. Healthy. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So here's what I want you to do. There's 3 ways to process emotion: sound, breath, and movement. And so what we're going to do is we're going to give this emotion a sound and a movement. Whatever you're feeling. Right now I'm feeling open and peaceful. So I'm going to give my expression of that's what I'm feeling. That's my emotion. I want you right now to give your emotion that you're feeling unified clarity, powerful, connected, peace, content. So I want you to make your emotion have a sound and a movement. I can't see you, so make sure you do this, a sound and a movement. This way you can use this sound and movement through your process, through your life. That's mine. Drop down yes if you have your sound and your movement. What is your sound? I have one for excitement. It's yahoo! That's my excitement. Sound and movement. Woo-hoo! Yes, right? Peace train song. I love it. Breeze. Yes. And you can do the same thing when you have low vibrational feelings. You can just allow that sound and movement to come. So say, not that we're going there, we're going to stay in this energy, but say you're angry, you can be like, ah! And you can let it out with a movement and a sound, and you can repeat that till you no longer feel angry. Or you can process it. We want to process the emotion. So the way that you can process it is through movement and sound and breath. So whatever emotion you're feeling, you get to give it a sound, a movement, and a breath to it. Just like you did with these happy sounds, with these happy feelings. Yabba dabba doo! Yes, I love it. I love it. So here's your exercise, your homework for today. You get to notice your pattern and break it with your pattern interrupt. Excuse me. You get to break it with your pattern interrupt, and then you get to identify what's the true emotion, and then use sound, movement, and breath to process that emotion. And then once you process that emotion, you get to step into this emotion where you're humming and rocking back and forth, or yabba dabba do, or zooming through a mountain, whatever it is. So you have that tool now to help you. That's your growth work for today. That is your growth work to move into tomorrow. Tomorrow is our masterclass on Zoom. I dropped the link in the comment. I will, when this live is over, go ahead and add it into the description. So you want to register and come join us on Zoom if you're ready to take your healing to the next level. And I want to give you a special gift today. I honestly have no idea how much Angelica has in her calendar, but Angelica is my number one coach here. And she is simply amazing. And if you feel good now and you want to feel and continue to feel good, and you want to learn how to work deeper and continue to move deeper through these processes to create a life you love, she has a certain number of spots in her calendar in the next couple days. Go to callwithangelica.com right now and book an awareness to change call with her. And that call will help you gain clarity. It's for you. Only book the call if you are looking to move forward in your life, if you're looking to take that next step, if you're looking to invest and move forward and get the healing, invest and get the healing for yourself. So go to callwithangelica.com, book a call. The Zoom link comes when you're registered. Let me just put it here. Call. Oh, I don't know how to, maybe I can put it here. Call with Angelica.com. Yeah, so I just posted it in the comments, callwithangelica.com. Book an awareness to change call if you are ready to invest in yourself to move forward. If you want to continue to work on processes like this and work deeper with us to move forward in your life, this is the call for you. I'm excited. I would love for you to drop below what your takeaway was from tonight's class. What did you learn? What did you take away? What shifted for you? Knowledge is knowledge. Action plus knowledge is transformation. Take these tools that I shared today into tonight, into tomorrow, and begin to change your life right now. We have on our schedule our masterclass tomorrow, which you get to register for it. It's in the comments, and it will go into the description of this video once we end. And we have that tomorrow. Friday, we have a special healing that we're going to be doing at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Saturday, I'm offering a bonus class on self-talk, how to change the negative thinking and shift where you're at. That's on Saturday. And then we have a very, very special bonus session on Sunday evening at 7:30. You want to make sure you put that in your calendar. You're going to get to hear a lot of different perspectives on how to create a life you love. It's going to be super, super powerful. So you want to put that in your calendar. That's the sessions. I can't wait to continue this journey with you. If you're ready to dive deeper, take advantage of this opportunity. It is a first come, first serve. And I know that Angelica is a really amazing human being who can help you create change now in your life. So if you're ready to invest further, if you want to work deeper, if you want to gain even more insight into yourself and you're ready to make an investment in you, go to callwithangelica.com. And she book an awareness to change call, not a clarity call, an awareness to change call, so that you can continue to break free. And I can't wait to talk with you tomorrow all about rediscovering your true essence, beginning to live in possibility and see and create possibilities in your life as you continue to release the stuff, the shit that's in here. We get to step into creating possibilities now. All right. I love you. I can't wait to read your comments, and I'll see you soon.